Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for Got Bots 4, Making Bots with the Azure Portal. This is the fourth in our Got Bots 5-part series. Before we start, I have a few quick things to go over. Please feel free to ask questions using the live YouTube or Twitch chat. In the chat, we'll also be sharing some links to the Reactor meetup page and monthly newsletter if you're interested in checking out what other sessions we have coming up. If you haven't already, please check in using our event check-in at aka.ms/reactor check-in with event ID 13978. By checking in, you'll receive links to content that go along with today's session. We will be adding today's session to our YouTube channel in about 24 to 48 hours. And finally, near the end, I will share a link to our Reactor survey. If you have a few minutes, we greatly appreciate your feedback. I will now hand it over to Chloe.
Hello, everyone. We're back. Did y'all miss me? Who's back from previous streams? Is this your first Got Bots that you've joined us for? Is this your second, your third? Let me know. And let me know where you're joining from in the chat. If you are new to this stream, first of all, welcome. Second of all, I hope you're ready to learn about bots. Oh, hi, Mike Zhang. Oh, first time here. Oh, I'm so excited. What brings you here? Are you here to learn about bots? Did you hear about this on Twitter and you're just like, what the heck is this? Oh, you're back from India. Oh my gosh, welcome back. I'm really excited. This is gonna be kind of a live request show in a way, because previously I kind of went into each stream knowing exactly what we're going to do. I have an idea of what we're going to do today. We're going to pick up where we left off last week on our lovely Clippy Q&A bot, but I'm going to be taking requests this stream. Actually, I'm going to send out a tweet right now, tell people to join us. But I'm going to be taking some bot requests on this stream. And if you don't know what bots we've made previously, I'll do a little recap of the ones that we've done in our last couple weeks. But yeah, let me know in the chat what brings you here. If there's a bot request that you have, I got a pretty great bot request on Twitter earlier that I'll share in a second. Let me send this tweet real quick. Taking your bot requests live. Taking your bot requests live. I know this is riveting content. Me tweeting. You can see like how I look with my double chin in the reflection. But yeah, let me know what brings you to the stream today. Are you totally new to bots? Do you have some experience with bots? Are you scared of bots? I know I was kind of scared of bots before I learned about them. But this series is all about bots for good. Taking your bot requests. Join me live with the Microsoft Reactor. There we go. Here we go. Got to put some emojis. Got to put a robot, obviously. Okay, there we go. Just dropping this link in here and tweeted. Okay, go retweet that if you want more people to join. Cool. So today we're going to be having fun. Today will be no exception to our previous streams, but I'm thinking we can take some bot requests and we can finish up our Clippy bot, as I mentioned. Before we get into everything, let's do a quick previously on Got Bots. Ooh, and it says, this will be my second event. I attended Got Bots 2, making bots with logic apps. Ooh, fun. Thank you for coming back. Yeah, we've made some really fun bots. Let's review them real quick, shall we? I'll share my screen here. So if y'all want to catch up, or if you missed any previous episodes, you can head on over to aka.ms/gotbots links. That will be there the entire stream. You can go check that out. But that will bring you to this lovely summary page here, where I have all of the links to our previous episodes as well as our upcoming live streams. This is the one we're on now, of course. So if you want to open another tab with this same video in it, you can go here. But let's do a quick previously on Got Bots to get your brain juices? No, to get your brain moving and thinking about some potential bot request ideas that we can do. So if you did not join us for our first one, you're previously on Got Bots. Also, shout out to Sean Diston wearing this awesome shirt from his Ninja Turtles podcast. And that was a Sean Diston reference if you are into comedy Bang Bang at all. Okay, so Got Bots 1, Intro to Bots and Ethical Bot Creation. So on this stream, I should also mention these recap things have all of these lovely timestamps here. So if you want to jump to a certain part of the stream, you can. But this was all about ethical bot creation. I have the shirt right over there. It's off camera, but I talked all about shirt bots and my complaints about shirt bots, the importance of ethical bot creation. We, of course, how can we talk about this show without talking about Shania Bot and the lovely PJ Metz, who, here's an exclusive. If you're going to be joining us next week, PJ will be joining us next week to talk about his awesome bots. He has some really silly, great ones he's been doing lately, including his bot that he built to help him get sponsorship from Kickstarter Mountain Dew. Hi, Daniel. Welcome. Oh my gosh, Daniel, you should join this stream. Let me know if you want to join this stream. You're more than welcome to. Because today I'm just going to be literally playing around with bot stuff. So Daniel's down. Okay, I'll send you a StreamYard link. Oh, I'm trying to think how. I'll figure out in a second after I do this recap how to get that to you. I would love to have you join. So first of all, there's Shania Bot, of course. This is one of the first bots that I built that literally just tweets "Let's go girls" every day at the same time. It also, we built on top of that feature that if you ask it if it's impressed, if it has the word impress in it in any form, it will reply, that don't impress me much. Here's a very funny one. "Let's go girls. Are you impressed by Jeff Bezos' IRL flight sim? LOL Storm 4, that don't impress me much." So this is just a really fun, silly bot that we build. And this, of course, sparked the birth of many other bots, including Bodyana Grande, Mechanical Carry, Just Bot Paid, my personal favorite, Brittany Bot, Free Brittany, of course, which this is another really simple one that I built with the Logic app that says it's Brittany Bots. So that first stream was really all about intro to bots, a kind of history of bots. Daniel says Twitter. If I send you a link on Twitter, Daniel, it will be from my Bon Jovi bot because that is who I'm logged into on this account. Of course, we also built Bon Jovi bot. But yeah, one was just kind of a review, talked about what we'd be doing in the series. Got Bots 2, making bots with Logic apps. That, of course, is the birth of, I think, my new favorite bot, Bon Jovi Bot, which if you're not following, you can follow them, Bon Jovi Bot with 2 T's on Twitter. And this is a bot that just tweets, "Whoa, we're halfway there," which of course is a Bon Jovi song. Hello, is it Energix. I'm probably emphasizing that wrong. Welcome to the stream. Let us know where you're from. What brings you here? Man, I feel like a woman. I should do one that does that as well. That's a great idea. So we worked on Bon Jovi Bot. We built a Logic app on the second one. You can check out all the recap here. Also talked about, we went into a little bit more about, Azure Logic apps, and then we talked about Shania a little bit. You can check all the recaps there. And of course, last week, that brings us to last week, where we made bots with Q&A Maker. That's like property. Q&A Maker, an Azure bot service. So this was really fun. If you didn't tune in last week, we're going to touch on it a little bit at the start of this stream, but we basically built a Clippy bot where we created a Q&A with Clippy. And what I'm going to do now, let me send Daniel, I'm going to get Daniel a link to this so we can have a surprise guest on the show. How lovely. But yeah, this stream, I figured we'd continue on a little bit with our Clippy bot, continue training and working on the lovely Clippy bot that we were making with Q&A Maker. I can catch Daniel up on that. Greetings from Mexico. Welcome. Oh my gosh, welcome to the stream. We have people from all over the world joining. Daniel, I am going to get you an invite link, and it will likely be sent from Bon Jovi Bot. Oh, Daniel followed Bon Jovi Bot. Great. Okay. Here you go, Daniel. Sending you that link. Oh, wow. Surprise guest. So exciting. So if you didn't join us last week, we started to make a bot, a Clippy bot. And if you've not worked with Q&A Maker, you can use a handy dandy link that I can put on the screen here in a second that will take you to this wonderful Learn module. I think it's aka.ms/gotbots links 4. But Dion will put that up in a second here. And this will walk you through everything that we're doing today. So if you're more of a, I don't know, when I watch tutorials and live streams, I like to ask questions and be active in the chat. And I don't necessarily want to be following along. So if you're watching this in the future, first of all, hope there's flying cars. Secondly, you can go through and follow along with me on this one, but I would just recommend kind of watching this one, learning by watching. Oh, perfect. Yes, aka.ms/gotbots links 4. And that will take you to this lovely Learn module that will walk you through all of this. But without further ado, I'm going to bring on a special guest real quick. This is a human that I believe we worked on Brittany Bot together. Part of the, one of the co-parents of Brittany Bot. Welcome to the stream, Daniel. Hello.
Hi, this is so serendipitous. I love it.
I know. This is so wonderful. This is not planned. Ooh, we got some questions in the chat. I'm gonna just answer this. Ooh. What industries or use cases do you guys think are particularly useful for bots? I talked to a chiropractor about a bot to manage patient care. It was intriguing, but I wasn't sure if it was a great fit. Okay, this is a great question. I think what we're working on today, Q&A Maker, is really great for that because let me show you this witchcraft. I think I have a tab over here. So first of all, Daniel, while I'm getting this tab open so I can answer Kev Jack's question, how about you tell the lovely humans at home a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Yeah, so my name is Daniel. I am a developer relations person at a company called New Relic, and I also teach students how to code over at Bit Project, and also hang out on Twitter a lot and just watch a lot of memes. I'm getting really into memes now. I know I'm like 4 years late to the game, but I'm getting really into like really bad quality memes. So like that's what I do on Twitter now.
So, what is one of your favorite memes as of this present time?
So there is a meme about like the black hole, you know, like in the space-time continuum. It is like not the heaviest object. The NPM modules are the heaviest object known to man. So there's this like physics diagram.
Memes. You're like really into
developer memes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think I made a meme the other day. I've made some memes in my time. I love making memes. Okay, I made a meme. That.
I like to make memes of people as well, like of people I know. So you know, like our friend Anthony Chu, our serverless functions friend.
Yes.
So I made a meme of him, but like with a face filter, and I said like Anthony after cold starts because like one of our Azure functions was starting like really slowly one day. So I was like, if it was Anthony personified, it'd be Anthony with a filter on it. So I thought it was really funny. But yeah.
I love the idea of making like I think the greatest gift that you can give to a friend is a meme. And I'll do a shout out to your coworker and lovely human being, Allie. Let's see, how to talk to. She made a meme of me for this blog post that still makes me laugh that I know you'll appreciate, Daniel. Speaking of memes, she photoshopped me into the RuPaul's Drag Race runway.
I could see you going on the main stage, like, and you could be like judging like a tech challenge, where like the queens would have to design like an outfit out of like tech things. That'd be so fun.
Ooh, I love that. I feel like analytical has to be on that one. But anyway, we digress. So Daniel and Kev Jack, to answer your question. So last week, have you heard of Q&A Maker, Daniel? Are you familiar?
Yes, I actually have used it before. It's amazing.
Oh,
it takes like data and then it turns it into like a bot, like magically. It's that one, right?
I didn't pay him. Yes, that is what it does. Yeah, it's really cool. So basically, y'all can go back and watch the previous episode at the lovely summary blog post that I made for GotBots episode 3 that you can check out at the links above. But last week, I was hyping this up through the whole series because Q&A Maker is witchcraft to me. You can literally upload a brochure, a frequently asked questions doc, as a PDF, as a Word doc, whatever format, and it will just use basic machine learning to create a bot for you. So you can go back and watch the full episode if you want to see exactly how we did this. But literally what we did on the last stream, previously on Got Bots, is I made this Word doc. This is the exact Word doc. We had a lovely, I forget who it was, but someone lovely in the chat gave the suggestion to do a Clippy Q&A bot. And so KevJack, to answer your question, yeah, I think this would be a really nice, easy thing for something like a chiropractor or a dentist or something that has, what do they call it, outpatient care, I guess, when you leave like a procedure or something like that, where you could put frequently asked questions in it. And that way, a front desk person or the doctor themselves or whoever doesn't have to answer frequently asked questions about like, hey, should I fast before my procedure? Or like commonly, like, what is the address? Like, what are your hours? I think that there's definitely a use case for something like a chiropractor. I'm trying to think of like managing patient care. There are, which we'll get into today, some different, let me bring it up here. Go to my Q&A maker. You can add a follow-up prompt in here and be like, hey, do you want me to schedule something for you? So totally. I think there's like a bunch of different use cases for it. But I thought what we do today, Daniel, I don't know how long you can
Wait,
stay.
I
You can
have
stay
one more
however long you
point.
want. Yes, go
I
for
have
it.
a really awesome, actually, random fact. Because I'm
Okay.
actually helping a student make a project using Azure bot service. And I found out this really weird fact. Well, it's not weird, it's cool. That like it's actually HIPAA compliant. So you can actually use it. Doctors and like medical health professionals can actually use it in their services while protecting patient privacy. I do not work for Azure, I promise. I just know that because I'm helping a student.
I do not pay Daniel, but Daniel actually does run this awesome program called Bit Project. Check it out. They teach folks serverless stuff basically from square one, and it's great program for students and newbies and beginners. Question here: what does the Azure portal do in the creation of making bots? We will go into that a little bit later in the stream, but we played a little bit around with it. Is that a sentence? In the first couple episodes, specifically with logic apps and things like that, being able to host it. So pretty much we're using the Azure portal to get our keys, put it into our code, like embed our chat bot into. So we've covered a bunch of different bots on this show, Daniel. We've done Twitter bots. We've done like conversational bots like this. We've done logic apps. I got a request on Twitter today. So I tweeted out, I don't know who needs to hear this, but you made tea. And a bunch of people were like, oh no, I forgot my tea. And some lovely person on Twitter suggested I should make a tea bot that reminds people that they made tea. So we may build that live on the stream, but I'm taking bot requests. So if you're watching live and there's a bot that you want or you want to request or you get inspiration while watching us walk through some of these, let us know in the chat and we'll build it live. It'll be improvised.
I have a suggestion. I would love to like throw my hat in the ring. So
Okay,
my idea is I feel like you're the queen of bots.
I am.
So I think you should make a bot. So I think you should make a bot to shout out other folks or your bot creations. Like every day it could be a new bot that you should follow.
Oh, like a bot that highlights my bots.
Yes.
Okay, I love that. Ooh, here's one. Can we create a bot that can send us text messages to the Microsoft Reactor event that I have signed up for and that's coming up? Yes. I don't know if we have time to build that on the stream today, but I think so that probably would be less of a bot, more of like a triggered Azure function or logic app maybe, where we could say whenever, or gosh, Daniel, I'm trying to think through this. Like maybe we could either use the Twitch API or there's a couple different ways we could do that.
Okay, the Twitch API, as someone who has suffered personally, I've been victimized by the Twitch API documentation.
It is a difficult API, I will say that. Let's see, not for all events, but the event for which I have signed up so I don't miss out in my busy day. So this is a great idea and maybe something that I would use yeah, I could use an Azure function. You can maybe use Courier. So like it depends. If you specifically want text messages, probably use the Twilio API for that. So that would be, yeah, I think that's totally doable. Not sure if we'll get around to it on this stream, but I really like that idea for a while. And like Daniel said, what's kept me from building this is the Twitch API is a little difficult to work with sometimes. It's very, as we saw earlier in this stream, so Daniel, you probably saw me tweeting that I was about to go live. I want to build a bot that automatically just tweets out when I'm live, so I don't have to do that. So
I think one of my coworkers built that. I will send you the link after the stream. I think one of the Relicans, my previous coworkers, one of them built that. So like when we go live, everything happens automatically. Like there's a Discord notification that's sent out, like the Twitters, like everything is automatically completed. So it's pretty cool.
Like I built, so here's a project folks can check out. Let's see, Azure Functions Turnip Timer. You could probably repurpose this. Let me find it here. It's on Dev too.
It's the first one, I am pretty sure. Yeah.
It's a video though. Oh, because it is a video, duh. I built this with Adrian. I'll drop a link in the chat for everybody to check it out. But this is kind of what you're talking about, Anish, where you could, what I liked about using Courier for this, I'm sharing the wrong thing, is that you could, so we developed this, it was super annoying with time zones, I will say that. There we go, just dropping in the chat there. But essentially what this did is I used Azure Functions and Courier, and I was able to have my users choose how they wanted to be notified. So I get an email that lets me know that turnips are ready to be purchased on my island. And this is all just using Azure Functions, Courier, and a prayer, and a lot of time zone math that we had to do in our head to account for all the time zones to sign up for. Because fun fact, sometimes people's turnips are available in Australia when they're not available here, and it's a completely different day. So that was really fun. But check out that video. That probably would get you on the right track with building that. I love that idea. But we're here to talk briefly about Q&A Maker, because Daniel, on our last stream, we got pretty far with our Clippy bot. So we started building a bot with Q&A Maker. And again, if you want to see how this all gets created, you can check out the previous episode to see how we get it hosted and everything like that. But where we're at now is here is this lovely Word doc. And actually in the chat, and Daniel, let me know what questions you want to ask Clippy, because we're going to put them into our Word doc here. And we can also add them in here.
Oh, I need to tell you a story. I have to tell you a story. There are students in this cohort of the serverless camp that have not grown up with Microsoft Word, and they don't know the existence of Clippy. So I get the feeling now that you guys have when I don't know Shania. Like I feel you now.
I feel like, so the thing with Clippy is Clippy retired. Actually, that should be a question that we ask Clippy, is when did you retire? I think Clippy is about 25, we found out in creating this bot, 25-ish. But yeah, it's interesting because Clippy has made a strong comeback in the last week. Last week on the show was when that tweet was going out about adding Clippy as an emoji in M365, which it got more than that. Let's see where that tweet is at now.
Chloe, I have a very serious question for you. Are you moonlighting as a CEO? Like, are you the CEO of Microsoft secretly? Because like I feel like that was such a Chloe move to add that to like 365.
I mean, I'm honored that you think that, but I hope I get a significant pay raise if that is the case. Look at this. They asked, so this tweet says, if this gets 20K likes, we'll replace it. Look at how many fans Clippy has. I mean, this is what I've been saying from day one, y'all. Like, bring Clippy back, and here we are. I do not run this account, contrary to popular belief. But what I'm thinking, so just to give a recap, y'all, literally all that we did on the last stream is we made this Word doc, and then we went into Q&A Maker here, which I'll make full screen. And we were kind of testing it. So all we did was upload this to our knowledge base. And what I figured we'd do is we add a couple more questions, maybe add a couple follow-up prompts in here to kind of like show how we can do that. And then, oh, I like this. Just another step of Chloe taking over the world. Yeah, apologies in advance for the name change of Microsoft to Clippysoft. That's all me. My Whisper campaign is finally working. But I was playing around with this a little bit beforehand, and I added a couple of things in here, y'all. So we had a question for Clippy. And again, put your Clippy questions in the chat. Let us know what we should have our bot be able to ask here. But I was playing around a little earlier, Daniel, and I was just like testing out like, it'd be helpful if here we go. Do you have siblings? And then seeing what it said. I come from a long line of code. So that is actually not what we wanted to say, because the actual answer that we have here is I have a bunch of friends. Have you met Kairu? So what we can do, so I'm just going to hit inspect, and I want it to do this one. So I'm going to close that, and I'm going to save.
Are we training the bot? Like, so what you just did you just train the bot? Like, what did you do just now when you selected the alternative answer?
Totally. So what I'm doing in here is I want to, choose the most appropriate answer. I want this one.
Oh, that's so cool.
And then I'm saving and training them based on that. So for example, let me do a better example because I've already done that one. But so if you didn't join us last week, a very, very cool feature of Q&A bot is this feature called Chit Chat, which let me bring up the documentation real quick for Chit Chat. I had it open in another tab. Chit Chat Q&A Maker. There we go. Adding Chit Chat. So if you go to our lovely Microsoft Docs here, so we had a bunch of questions in our last stream that segued great into this, like we planned it almost. But what about those use cases where your bot doesn't have an answer for it, right? So like when we're building a bot, we cannot write every single answer to every single question. Hold on. Oh no. What is happening? Okay, there we go.
That background, Chloe, is fabulous.
Thank you so much. Very relevant to our stream today. It wouldn't be a GotBot stream if my computer monitor didn't randomly black out in the middle of it and disrupt everything. So give me a sec here. Okay, here we go. Chit Chat Q&A Maker. There we go.
Now I'm just imagining this at your house. So like in the center of your house is just a giant Clippy, like lit up in aesthetic lighting.
So Chit Chat's really freaking cool because you can add a personality to your bot. So we've got professional, we've got friendly, witty, caring, enthusiastic. I believe we ended up going with friendly or enthusiastic for Clippy. And it has all this language support, which is really cool. But when you're building a bot in general, and this is another, really important reason on, let's see, I'm getting all my tabs back here. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Let me get back. Oh, there we go. Haha. So let's say you're building a bot from scratch, right? Daniel's going to build a bot about, pick a topic, something that you like.
I'm really into Egg McMuffins now.
Okay, Egg McMuffins. Well, memes. Let's say it's a meme bot where you could ask questions about memes, right? So if Daniel were to build that from scratch, he would either have to think of every question in the entire world that someone would ask a bot and make it. And I will say myself, I have tried to build bots from scratch before, and I have. And basically what I would do is I had logs of what my bot would, this before I worked at Microsoft way back in the day. I was trying to build this really cute bot, Daniel, that was like frequently asked questions for Chloe, which I totally could have used Q&A Maker for, but I didn't know it existed. It was just a twinkle in my eye. And what my plan was if there was an answer, so like I basically had an if-else statement in my code that said, if a question is answered that is not a keyword or something that I have in the knowledge base that I made, then say, thanks for that question, I'll get an answer for you. And then on the back end, I was logging all that to add additional questions. But then being a woman on the internet, I figured, oh geez, like people are going to ask
Oh
it
no.
inappropriate things, or people are going to harass it or whatever. So what's really cool about Chit Chat is all of these things down here, and some of them are really funny. It's like, could you be any less entertaining? This is so uninteresting. Stop being rude to bots. First of all, I get really upset when my boyfriend yells at our Google Home device. I'm like, be nice to it. It has feelings. But there's all of these really funny pre-populated things. But you'll notice that our Word doc that we had with all of our different questions only had like 4 or 5 questions in it. So this fills in all of those other random things. So we didn't upload like 10 pages worth of Q&A stuff in our PDF Word doc that we uploaded. So for example, some of these are so funny. You're the mayor of Boringville. Like having different answers for that, asking about gender, which is probably why it was correcting our gender one earlier. That answers a question for me. But you can go, let's go further in here, like to page 5 or something.
This is intense questions.
I mean, this is like truly what I mean by, you know, as engineers, we can start from scratch. You can, like, and I've said this on every stream, you can make your own logic app without logic apps. Like, you can get a cron job. Like, if you go to our previous episode for the Bon Jovi bot or something, here, I'll bring it up. If you build something such as our lovely Bon Jovi bot here, that literally its only job is that it tweets, we're halfway there,
halfway there.
Okay, Daniel, we need to educate you on Bon Jovi, because the way that it should be pronounced is, whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa. Okay, we'll educate you on Bon Jovi.
We'll get there. I need to get educated. Yes.
We got a good question here. Can you share logic or data from a Q&A bot to Alexa or Google Home service? That's a good question. I believe basically it would kind of be the same format. I don't know how, because that's a Google product. I'm not really sure what the format is to get that in there, but I'm sure you could probably repurpose it. Probably do Cortana.
Yeah, it's an API, so I think you could do it. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, or at least you would have the knowledge base at that point.
I think you can. Yeah.
But
wait, Chloe, I have to run real quick.
Okay. Totally cool. Thank you for joining us, Daniel. It was really fun.
Thank you. This was so fun.
You should join us next week. If you're around, you can join me and PJ. Bye. Okay, I removed Daniel. He's gone. No, I'm just kidding. So like I was saying, you could totally build this yourself, right? Like this bot is just probably if you built it yourself without a logic app, without the Azure portal and not using the UI, it would just be a cron job that runs every day at this specific time, tweet out blank, right? But that takes a lot of different steps, right? You got to host it yourself. You got to build all the code and functionality around it. You got to figure out all those time zones with the cron job. So really what we did, and I can walk in there and show it to you in a second, is this handled all of that. We didn't even have to use the Twitter API to build this Bon Jovi bot. It was just something that we logged in through Logic Apps. So similar with Q&A Maker, I mean, yeah, you can try to think of every single question that someone would ask a bot, but that would take you a million bajillion years. So really what this does is simplifies that for us. And really all we have to do is put in the questions that we know or we expect it to be asked. And then we can also train it based on what people ask it. So let's try another one. Does anybody have a question for Clippy? Just answer with 42. I like that. That would be a good one. You could totally do that. We've got a question. Can you make a bot scrape news sites from the web and the results be summed by the bot when required? Totally. Actually, I think a student from, I don't know, maybe it wasn't a student from Bit Project, but that project does exist. Yeah, you could use, I think you can use like all of the Bing functionality, search functionality in there. There's a lot of different search features that you can do within Azure Bots and Q&A Maker. Absolutely. But what I thought we would do, y'all, is I could kind of show you a couple additional things that we can do with this. So what's really great about this is we can actually test our bot before we put it out into the world. So we have this question here. What do you think of staples? I love and appreciate all office supplies. So that's the answer that we want. If a question is asked, if we ask about staples, get my keyboard actually working here. Staples? Question mark. I love and appreciate all office supplies. Perfect. But let's say we do one that's like, do you like, give me another office supply. Staplers. Let's see if that works. Probably not, right? Oh, help if I didn't make it one word. Staplers, question mark. I have many likes. Okay, so let's say we get that answer and we're like, you know what? I want this to answer the same that we have here, which is I love and appreciate all office supplies. We can go in here and go right here. Save and train that. And now we'll let that save here. We can also add alternative phrasing. So like we could add different things in here, like add every single office supply that we can think of. And let's see, do you like staplers? I love and appreciate all office supplies. So super easy to edit and update and fix, right? But I wanted to show you a little bit more of what we can do. So you're probably wondering to yourself, Chloe, I see that we can add alternative phrasing, which we just kind of did. Essentially what that is just doing exactly what I did, but you know, so let's do one here. I'm old enough to remember time before CDs. Me too. I remember. I actually was walking by a gas station near my house the other day, and there was this CD kind of buried in the dirt, and I was like, a fossil. I should have taken, if it's still there, I'll take a picture of it later and tweet it. But yeah, let's see. What are you made of? So let's add some alternative phrasing. Yes, me. I mean, I grew up with my dad was a professor of theater at UC Santa Barbara, I want to say, and the university gave him one of the original Mac Pluses. I can hear the printer in my mind now with the tear off edges. And that's where I learned all my numbers and spelling was on that device. Love that device. I'm very upset my dad threw it away. Would love to have that on my shelf right now. But I have the American Girl doll version, so don't worry about it. So let's add an alternative phrasing to one of these, just so you can see how that works. How about we add, are you, actually, let's do, what are you made of? What materials? Well, first let's test it without it, right? So let's ask our bot. Okay, I'll save and train it real quick. But we're going to ask our bot what materials it's made out of. Now, we haven't put this in there, so we know it's not going to answer, I am made of metal. But let's just see. What material? If this answers correctly, I'll be shocked. What material are you made from? Oh, what? Okay, I guess because we put made from, so that's really cool. I surprised myself there. Okay, let's see. Made, are you metal? Not like music, like, but are you metal? That worked too. Okay, this is like very cool that it is able to pick that up. Okay, let's do a different one. Let's do okay, let's do the staples one. Give me another office supply. Tape. No, I want to do a more common office supply. Who would Clippy hang out with, y'all? Of course, now I haven't used, oh, well, he's a paperclip. Staples. Paper. Doy. Okay. Do you like paper? I have many likes. Okay, so let's add this as an office supply. Do you like paper? Save and train. Da, da, da. Ooh, keyboard. That's a good one too. Why can I not think of any office supplies right now? I'm like trying to picture the Target aisle. Oh, pencils. Okay, let's test pencils too. Do you like pencils? It's probably going to say I have many likes. So this answer that it's giving us, that I have many likes, is not something that I wrote. That is something that's part of the chit chat, which is great, right? Because that would be a super poor user experience if we asked it a question it didn't know the answer to, and it was just like error for what would we say? Not a 4 clip error or something. So do we like pencils? Obviously is going to say I like many likes. But now let's test our do you like staplers? Oh no, do you like paper? Do you like paper? Perfection. So super, super easy to just add those things in there. I guess we should add pencils now. Put that in here. Do you like pencils? Do you like pencils? I prefer pens. Oh, we should add pens. Do you like pens? Oh, yes. Oh, I've got some good questions in here that I'll answer in just a sec. Okay, save and train. Let's test those two we just added real quick. And then I'll answer your question in just a sec, Mike. So let's test our pens. What if I say thoughts on pens? Wow. Okay, that's an intelligent bot. It's almost like I work here or something. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't know that it would do that. That's really awesome. So again, if we want to inspect that, we have, I only do food for thought. That's funny. So it has a confidence score of 70.92. I mean, this is great. This is working way better than I thought it would. Way to go, Q&A team. We've got a question here. I, too, would also like to know the answer to building bots for Microsoft Teams. Would this be possible? Absolutely. Actually, I'll show you how to do that in just a sec. I would probably recommend Logic Apps for that because there's just a built-in integration for it. But I can show you that in a sec, Mike. The funny default answer to not being programs to many things, like to reply to it likes a lot of things. Yeah, it's very, because it's so, I was saying this on the last stream that a surprise. So I interviewed for a bot company once. I would shout them out, but I'm totally forgetting the name of the startup. But something that I learned from interviewing at this company is you would be shocked how many people just have full on conversations with bots. Like, folks will send pictures from their vacation, selfies, like people find, I mean, I'm sure a lot of you have heard of these like Japanese little hologram companion bots that are almost like a fake girlfriend type thing. People chat with these bots all the time. And that's really what chit chat exists for, right? Is like all of those weird, edge cases that you didn't account for with your bot already have not just because if you go into Q&A Maker, let's see, let me go to create a knowledge base here. So this is how we originally you can check out the previous stream in our last episode, on episode 3. But basically when we made this, we were able to choose, so let me walk through this real quick. We created a service in Azure. So this just opened up the Azure portal here. So someone asked earlier, what part of the portal does this have to do with? Here's one part of it here, which is we went into the Azure portal and we created a service in Azure that would be our, that basically would be our Q&A Maker instance here. You can check out the previous episode for that. So first we did that. Then we connected our Q&A service to our KB. You're like, what does all these acronyms mean? So basically what that means is we connected our Q&A service, meaning this thing that we just created up here for step 1, and connected it to our KB, our knowledge base, which is what we're working on right now. I'm pointing the wrong way. And I just select my subscription and the service. I'm not going to do it right now because I'm working on one currently. Name it, and then upload so populate it, which was us just, you can use a URL, you can use a file name, and this can be a brochure, this can be just frequently asked questions doc, this can be a user manual, and it'll be able to pick up these things. The format does not matter. I think you can even do like an Excel spreadsheet. And then this is what I'm trying to get to here is the chit chat. So you can put none. I wouldn't recommend doing none. I think there's probably a default answer if you do none. That's just like, I don't know, let me find out the answer to that. But we can choose the type of banter that it does. So in this case, I believe we went with either friendly or enthusiastic. And that is what determines how it's going to answer. So you can also go in there and like edit, like let's say you're making a Clippy bot. I mean, that's what we're doing, right? So let me go to my knowledge base here. And of course, this would take a very, 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 very long time to go through and personalize every single one in here. But you could literally go through and like edit these to put them in Clippy's voice, right? Like someone could be like, I'm feeling blue, or like I'm feeling dejected. You could change this. I mean, we could do it right now to be like, okay, let's find a good one that's not depressing. It's okay to be not okay, but ooh, I have an idea. So like let's say someone says like, can you explain that to me or something? Let's say it's this one. Instead of I'm afraid I didn't follow that. You could say, it looks like you're trying to ask a question. How can I help? You could put it in Clippy's voice. Like you're not, what is the word I'm looking for? You're not tied to this chit chat. Like you select it to populate it, but you're not like bound to it, which is really cool. But what I thought we would do is show this additional feature we didn't cover last time. So let's see. Let's figure out a question and answer pair that would require a follow-up. So anybody have any ideas? Let me know in the chat. In the meantime, I'm just going to read some of these things here. The funny default answer not being programmed. Yeah, totally. Can we build a bot for Teams that would just mark attendance at a scheduled time each day? So mark attendance of who attended that meeting? Yes. I want to say, how would I build that? I would probably, if I was using Q&A Maker, we could log on the back end. Like if it asked a question, we could log that answer. Let's see if we have time to get around to that. Something that would say, hello all at the exact time each day. Oh, to kind of like start out the meeting and also takes attendance? I like that. That's a good bot. Let's do a follow-up question to one of these real quick. And then, okay, let's do, oops, I'm going to delete this one real quick. I made an extra one. Let's do a, what are you made of? I am made of metal. Let's say that we do a follow-up prompt. So a follow-up prompt would be something, if you've ever used Facebook chat, there's a bunch of different, not every chat supports this, of course. So let's see. So this will provide, let me go to prompts here so we can just look at the documentation. So you can use follow-up prompts to create multiple turns of conversation. So multi-turn conversation, let's just read what the documentation says here. Some questions can't be answered in a single turn. When you design your client application conversations, a user might ask a question that needs to be filtered or refined to determine the correct answer. So I think for the person who had a question earlier about maybe using this in the use case for a chiropractor or a doctor's office or dentist office or just a business in general, that could be a really good example here, right? So let's see what they have in documentation. So multi-turn manages a conversation with the user to determine the final answer as shown in the following image. So the example they have here is my account. And then they have these buttons here that say, oh, looks like you're trying to get help with your Surface Pro. Do you want to sign in? Do you want to use, so this allows us to make like multi-step things, or like, do you want to turn off your device? Do you want to turn it on? So personally, I have found the only times that I've really used multi-turn, I'm trying to think, when, let's see, let's say that we asked Clippy, like, hey, Clippy, someone give me a question for Clippy, and then I'll try to think of a multi-turn one. You can add files to your knowledge base for multi-turn if you're like, here's one. So like, let's say that you have, this would be a little difficult with HIPAA, so I'm not going to use a medical thing let's say you have a flower shop and there is a question, what would you ask the flower shop? Like, here's one, what are your hours? And then you could be like, what day would you like the hours for? And then you could do a multi-turn based on, maybe you have different hours on Tuesdays and Thursdays or something like that. You could answer specifically instead of just putting like a big statement of it. I actually think in my wine bot, which I mentioned on the previous stream, and I'll drop this in the chat as well. This is a Q&A bot that I built with a student at Holberton Academy who was a sommelier turned dev and had all of this amazing wine knowledge about wine. And they had this great idea. Here, I'll plop this in the chat real quick. to create a bot that would answer frequently asked questions about wine. And let's see, and I believe we did multi-turn in this one. Let's see. So this is the same thing. We uploaded a Word doc that essentially just had some frequently asked questions about wine, like what would pair well with this? What would, and I believe we had, let's see, did we have a multi-turn one in here? Probably did. Oh, and we hooked it up. So to answer the question earlier about text messages, this doesn't have to be just like hosted on your website or like on your, Dev2 profile or whatever it may be. I actually don't think you can do it on a Dev2 profile, but you could have it set up with a phone number. We have this Twilio integration where you can configure Twilio with it and have this be like a chat bot that you do through your phone. It doesn't have to be on the web, which is really cool. But yeah, basically multi-turn would exist for a scenario where we want a follow-up prompt. Personally, I've not run into too many instances where I need multi-turn. It's usually if something needs to get really specific. I don't think we need this with our Clippy bot, but it's really easy for us to do this. Yeah. But I want to make sure that I answer all the questions in the chat here. The title of this stream is, of course, working with the Azure portal. We haven't spent too much time in the Azure portal today, mainly because I wanted to make sure folks got their questions asked from the previous Q&A stream that we did. But let's see, how much time do we have? A little less than 10 minutes. Any bot requests? Because I think we could probably whip up a logic app real quick in the time that we had, or we can add more questions to our Clippy bot. It's totally up to y'all. But let's say that we are done with like this. These are all the questions. Let's say we added like 100 more Clippy Q&A things. We went in here, we updated all of our different Q&A things to be in the tone that we wanted it to. Bot request, auto ban the big follows bot. What is that? Auto ban the big follows bot. Is that the one that says like this person has unfollowed this person? Let me know. Maybe I don't know that bot. We of course have all of these different options in here to be able to show our metadata. If we go to our settings, do I need to save? Probably not. We've got our settings here where we can go in and change anything that we want as far as we've got our, we can get our sample HTTP requests in here so we can play around with it more. Lots and lots of stuff we can do in here. We can add more. So you can see here we have 2 files uploaded. The first one is Clippy Q&A, which is literally that Word doc that we just had up. And this Q&A chit-chat friendly TSV is provided to us by selecting that over here. Let me go to the correct area. Create knowledge base. That's just literally this radio button here that uploads that for us automatically. So you could totally make your own. I mean, if you're really bored, you could open source your own chit chat. That would be interesting. Maybe if you feel that there is some a personality lacking in here, maybe I'll make a Valley Girl chit chat. And maybe I will do that. Put it up on GitHub with all the extra time that I have. Create an alternative chit chat that folks can use. Oh, okay. I see. They sell fake followers to make it look like you're getting more hits and come across as famous. Yeah, like I like that. Like OMG. Like the questions could be like, "Are you made of metal?" I don't know. As if. But going back to our lovely knowledge base that we had here. So I'm going to go to my knowledge base, go to my Clippy Q&A. We've saved and streamed. So if I go to publish, basically, this is going to, once I click publish here, this is going to give me my endpoint. And then that allows us to use that for our bot or our app. So this can be added into Facebook Messenger. This can be added into essentially any bot or chat service that you want. I'm not going to publish it right now though, because I still kind of want to play around with my Clippy bot, but really that is all that you would do. The knowledge base would be published to Q&A demo, which is what the service that we made in Azure up in the portal. But pretty simple, y'all, pretty simple. So really all that we did to make this bot before we go on and publish it is we created a knowledge base, or first we created a Q&A service. We connected our Q&A service to our knowledge base. And then we went in here, we named our knowledge base, we populated it with the knowledge base. and then we created the knowledge base, and then our final step is to publish it and then basically sync it and link it back up. And then we're given all of the things that we need to be able to have this bot run out in the wild. So coming at you soon, maybe I'm going to embed, like, I'm trying to think where would be a good place to host a Clippy bot. I'm trying to think. But I'm just, with seeing how many people liked that tweet, I'm concerned that my I'm gonna get too many hits on my Clippy bot, so maybe I'm a little hesitant on publishing it. Oh, Azure Static Web App, that's a good idea. Yeah, that's a really good idea. My only concern, like, I would encourage someone else to do it maybe, because I do get a significant amount of Azure credits as a cloud advocate, but seeing that 174K people liked that Clippy bot, I would just get too concerned that my bot would go viral, and then I'd have to pay too much in hosting for people to use it. You know, first world problems. Clippy's so great. Any questions? We got a couple minutes left here. I guess in the time that we have saved, yeah, send me an invoice on that one. Perfect. I did get a request to create a bot that would remind people that they had tea. I don't think I have time to make that on the stream today, but I may just make that for fun and tweet it out. So definitely, if you haven't yet, make sure that you go to aka.ms/gotbots links. That has all of the links to all of our previous episodes. You can check out all the recaps that I've written for our previous ones. The recap for this episode will probably be up tomorrow. But next week, y'all, so excited. We're going to have a guest, a return guest. If you tuned in for our first episode of Got Bots, PJ Metz joined us, who actually, let's show a couple of his bots as a little sneak preview of next week. I don't remember what the name of his bot is. Oh, there he is. He's popping up right in here. There's a Mountain Dew Kickstarter bot that PJ has built that he's going to talk about on the stream when he comes on. I see it in my feed every day. And here we go. It's been 51 days of asking Kickstarter Dew and Mountain Dew for a sponsorship. Hit me up. I'm probably one of the people who liked this. No, I'm not, but Brandon Minnick did. But this is a bot that PJ built recently that's cracked me up. It's just him pleading for sponsorship. But PJ has made a lot of the Diva bots that we covered on the first one together. Send us your bot ideas. Oh, yeah. Sarah Gothels is like, oh my God, I didn't know about this one. Yeah, this one just keeps popping up in my feed randomly. It's very funny. And of course, it updates every time with how many days it's been. So this one said 51. The one before that obviously said 50, so it's a great bot. Here we go. Here's 50 right here. So we'll talk a little bit about this bot. We'll probably make a bot live. I'm trying to think what a good bot would be to make with PJ. We do have some ideas that have been on the back burner for a while. Probably a Halloween countdown bot. That's probably what we're going to do. Something Halloween themed, like maybe almost like an advent calendar for Halloween, but a Twitter bot. Let us know. Tweet at me. Let me know what bot you would like us to make on next week's episode. But next week, we are going to do a show and tell with bot makers. PJ's going to come, maybe some other special guests. Going to line up some fun folks to come on and talk about bots. But this has been really fun, y'all. Ooh, with quotes from the Halloween movies. Oh, from Halloween movies. Okay, good, because I've not seen the Halloween movies. I like that. Like, it could, yes. I'm trying to think. What it could tweet out how many days till Halloween and share the Monster Mash. No, we could switch it out every day, but I like that. That's a good one. A spooky bot. Actually, I'm in the early stages of putting together a Halloween themed conference, so maybe it'll be a bot around that. Okay, stay tuned. You'll have to come next week to find out what bots we'll build. I know I've not seen the Halloween movies. I'm not really like a scary movie person. I'm more of like I like kind of campy, goofy Halloween, not like Goofy from Mickey Mouse, like, oh, pumpkin, spiders, boo, a ghost. I don't like too scary. I don't like things to get too scary. But yeah, what a great time we've had, y'all. This has been fun. I just got a message from one of my favorite bot makers, Gary, who may be tuning in right now. Maybe he'll come next week. But next week's going to be our last episode. I know. So sad. It's been real. But just in case you weren't tuned in earlier to my channel or to, we didn't stream it to the reactor, but you can go check it out on the replay on Twitch. Myself and Ornella, another lovely cloud advocate on this team, starting in the first Tuesday in August, we'll be doing a series called Beat Boop, which is going to be all about AI/ML. And I will also be doing another series in September. It's going to be really exciting. GPS. Wait, I love this. And I know Sarah will too. Can you make a Michael Scott bot, Scott Spots? Absolutely. That is what we will build on the next stream. What should it do? Should it just have there's so many things that a Michael Scott bot could do. I mean, I love that It's Brittany meme of Michael Scott. Actually, you know what? Here's what I think. And Sarah, back me up on this. One of my favorite moments from The Office, if you're not familiar with who Michael Scott is from the popular television series The Office, created by Mike Schur, starring many lovely people. One of my favorite, and actually one of the names of this series, oh my gosh, GPS, this is so funny. Sarah, please, Sarah, mark your calendar. I'm going to message you after this. I am rewatching The Office from the beginning because I've been listening to Office Ladies podcast. And there's an episode where Michael Scott goes on vacation and he comes back and he's bought a steel drum and he keeps going, feeling hot, hot, hot. And I kept going, feeling bot, bot, bot. I think that's what it should do. I think it should tweet out, feeling bot. A Michael Scott and a Toby bot. Okay, wait. I love this. They could respond to each other. These are some great ideas that I'm taking notes on. I think a Michael Scott bot just has to exist. This is perfection. Just random famous quotes attributed to Wayne Gretzky and Michael Scott. Mike, that is a great idea. Okay, Sarah, this is happening. GPS, thank you for that idea. And you should join too if you're free. We'll just have a group chat creating a Michael Scott bot. These are all great ideas. Toby bot. What would a Toby bot do though? Just be really bland and annoying? Or okay, wait, I got it. Another feature. I'm just thinking up all of these features for the bots. You know the popular meme of Michael Scott finding out that Toby, isn't it when you find out Toby's not going? He's like, no. What if we built a bot similar to Ariana Grande bot, Mechanical Carry, all of that, where you could get a response from the bot in situations where, let's say someone tweets something you don't like, and you could tag Michael Scott bot, and it'd be like, no, and it would just respond with that video or GIF or whatever, or it will just be the quote of no, please God. Okay, yeah, that's what we're building. Well, we have a list of features that we're going to build for this Michael Scott bot. So no. Yeah. Send us all of your, I'm so glad, Sarah. We're creating, and thank you, random HR complaints. Okay, Toby bot and Michael Scott bot coming soon. This is going to be so fun. Join us next week. We will be creating a Michael Scott bot. I think this has to happen, and I'm sure that PJ will agree. Okay, without further ado, we're a couple minutes over time, but again, any recaps or if you missed anything on this live stream, go to that link above. Check out this lovely. I go through all of these episodes, y'all, and I make meticulously detailed timestamps of all of the different moments that we have in here that you can literally click into the timestamp. So check those out. And you can look forward to a summary blog post similar to this, where I list out all of the features that we are going to add to our Michael Scott and/or / Toby bot. In the meantime, you can catch up on The Office. That's your homework. If you haven't watched Office, catch up on The Office to give us feature ideas. And yeah, that is about it for me today. I am going to end the stream, but again, if you have any bot questions, if there's anything that wasn't covered in this that you would like to have covered, we can maybe sneak it into the stream next week. Maybe we can go a little long. But I'm so glad that y'all joined. This was really, really fun, as per usual, and I can't wait to see y'all next week. You can, again, check out the links above. I'm trying to think if there's anything else worth sharing. Also, if you want to walk through what we did today, you can check out aka.ms. Let me go to the comments here. If you want to check out the Learn module, and this will be in the summary tomorrow, but you can go to aka.ms/gotbotslinks4, I believe, and that will take you to all of the lovely, or to the Learn module that is associated with Q&A Maker, and that will just walk you through, like, you don't need an Azure account or anything like that, and you'll just be able to play around with the Azure portal and build your own Q&A. Here we go. Gotbots links, or aka.ms/gotbots links 4, and that'll take you to this lovely, or sorry, that's not it. This one, build a Q&A solution with Q&A Maker. This is literally how I learned to do this. Like Microsoft Learn, I'm in here all the time, just like teaching myself all this stuff and training myself to get certified as an official queen of the bots. But anyway, it's been real, y'all. Thank you so much for joining, and I will see you next week for the final. Maybe we'll have to do a season 2. Let me know if you want a season 2 of Got Bots. I feel like we could make more bots, but join us next week, same time, same place, the Microsoft Reactor, for the final episode of season 1 of Got Bots. Bye, y'all. Have a great afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are. Bye.